Alright, perception. Seeing isn't always believing. Hi everyone, I'm Nolan.
And hi, I'm Henry. Thanks for watching our video today.
Today, we're going to be talking about something that we use every single day, even if we don't always see it. It's called perception.
Perception is how we see the world around us. It's how we understand what's going on and decide what things mean.
But here's the thing. Two people can see the same thing and have totally different opinions about it. That's because we all have different experiences, different feelings, and different backgrounds.
So, in this video, we'll explain how perception works, give you some personal stories, and show how it can help or hurt our communication.
Let's start with something called the Johara window. It's a model that helps us understand how we see ourselves and how others see us.
It has 4 parts. The first part is the open self. That's stuff you know about yourself and other people know too, like if you're outgoing or love sports.
When you're not talking, look at the camera.
I know.
The second part is the blind self. These are things that others see in you, but you don't realize. For example, I used to talk over people without knowing it all the time. One day, a friend pointed it out, and I was like, whoa, really? I had no idea. That's a blind spot.
The third part is the hidden self. That's stuff you know about yourself, but don't share with others. Like if you feel insecure or nervous, but keep it to yourself.
And the last one is the unknown self. These are things that no one knows about you, not even you. Like how you might react in a serious emergency if you've ever been in one before.
This shows that we don't always have the full picture of who we are, and that other people might see things we miss.
Next, let's talk about our mental filters. Not the kind on Instagram, but the mental filters in our brains.
Imagine your brain has a coffee filter. It only lets some things through. You don't see the whole world, you see what your brain lets in.
There's a quote I really like by a guy named John Milton. He said, "The mind is its own place and in itself can make a heaven of hell or hell of heaven."
That basically means your thoughts can totally change how you feel about something. 2 people can have the exact same day, and one person thought it was awesome, and the other thinks it sucked. It's all in how they see it, what shapes our perception.
So what does shape our perception? Well, a lot of things, like age, gender, health, culture, and money, even what kind of mood we're in.
For example, when you're tired or sick, small things can feel like a huge deal. Or when you're in a great mood, you might not even notice something is annoying.
And how you grew up really matters too. If you had a lot growing up, your view of money and success is going to be different from someone who didn't.
Culture is huge too. Where you're from, what language you speak, even the region you live in can change how you see the world.
Actually, now that we're talking about perception, this reminds me of something that happened to me recently. I worked with a girl who I really liked a lot, and at work, she was super nice and fun to talk to, and we connected on a lot of things.
Yeah, you were pretty into her for a while.
I was, but then we started talking outside of work, and I realized I didn't actually like her that much. I liked the work version of her, the version that always is professional and polite and really sweet. But the real her, totally different. We didn't connect at all.
That's a great example of how perception can be off. You were seeing the version she was choosing to show at work. And I've got a story like that too. I met this guy named Michael. He had dirt bikes, cars, nice clothes. It looked like he had everything.
Yeah, I remember Michael. I thought he was pretty cool.
But then I found out none of it was his. He was using stuff that belonged to his cousins and friends, and he even rented stuff. and he was always telling little lies to make himself look better. Once I saw through it, my whole view of him changed.
This just goes to show how easy it is to be tricked by appearances.
Let's go back to the topic of culture real quick. Here's a cool example. The story of Alamo.
In the U.S., we're taught that it was a brave last stand, a group of heroes standing up to fight, but in Mexico, they learn it as a moment where they lost land and people. It's a story of loss.
Same story, two totally different events, and two totally different ideas of perception. My bad, Jay.
Yeah. Alright. Now let's try a quick visual test. There's a famous picture of where some people see a rabbit and some people see a duck. For me personally, I saw a duck.
Me personally, I thought I saw a rabbit. What you see depends on what your brain is ready for, and once something points it out, you suddenly see both.
Here's another example that I also really like. Toyota and GeoPrism once made the exact same car, same factory, same parts, same everything.
But people bought way more Toyotas. Why? Because people trusted the Toyota name even more. Even though the car was the same, the branding changed people's perception.
Here's another fun one that I also really like. Read the sentence and count the number of F's in it. I'll do it first. Finished files are the result of years of scientific study combined with the experience of many years.
Most people say 3, but there are actually 6.
Our brains skip over the word of because it doesn't sound like an F. That shows how we miss even when there are things right in front of us. For me, it took a couple of tries reading the sentence to finally pick up on all 6.
Let's wrap all this up. So what's the point of all this?
The big idea is that perception is powerful, but it's not always right.
It's like wearing sunglasses. Depending on the color of the lenses, everything you see will look a little bit different.
And the more we understand our own filters, the better we can listen, communicate, and avoid judging people too quickly.
It helps us be better friends, better students, better coworkers, and just better people in general.
So next time you think that you know something, stop and ask yourself, am I seeing the whole picture?
Thanks for hanging with us and learning about perception.
We hope this helped you think a little bit differently about how you see the world and how the world sees you.